Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into a system that makes a pretty huge claim. A simple, natural, and permanent way to cure eye floaters. The promotional material for this tells a really compelling story, with some very big promises. So, let's break down exactly what it says.
Right off the bat, the source material hits you with a very direct question. It's designed to connect with anyone who's had that annoying experience. Seeing those little squiggly lines or dots, especially when you're looking at something bright like the sky.
So what even are eye floaters? Well, according to this material, they're just little deposits floating around in the gel that fills your eyeball. They say it's often just a part of aging, but can also be caused by things like infections or inflammation. And they add a pretty important warning. If you suddenly see a lot more floaters, that could be a sign of something more serious.
Okay, so this is where the author really starts to build their case. And they do it by focusing first on what they say are the problems with conventional medical treatments. This whole section is built around their own, pretty dramatic personal story.
And wow, check out the headline for that story. It's a really powerful claim, right? It's meant to grab your attention and set the stakes incredibly high. The author is basically framing their journey not just as dealing with an annoyance, but as a brush with genuine danger.
So here, the material puts the two main surgical options side by side, vitrectomy and laser vitreolysis. They're called ridiculously expensive, and the source claims they come with a high rate of complications. And that list of alleged risks is pretty stark. Cataracts, retinal detachment, permanent blind spots, and even severe eye infections. The message is pretty clear. Surgery is being framed as a really dangerous option.
And here's the kicker. The author claims they experienced these dangers firsthand. They say they actually had laser surgery, but it led to a severe eye infection that nearly blinded them. And to make things even worse, after all that, they say the floaters just came back anyway. This personal failure is what they say motivated everything that happened next.
So after going through that whole harrowing experience, the author says they completely shifted their focus and started this big search for a solution that didn't involve surgery.
And this kicks off the whole trial and error part of the story. The author lists all these different paths they went down that they say were just dead ends, over-the-counter products, advice from doctors, and even naturopaths, all kinds of supplements. According to the text, none of it worked. And that just helps build the case for their own unique discovery.
And all of that searching, according to the author, leads right here to the introduction of the Eye Floaters No More system.
This is presented as the big aha moment, that light bulb turning on. The quote frames this discovery as a huge breakthrough that only happened after tons of research. It's the turning point where the author goes from being a victim of the problem to someone with a solution.
So what's this system actually promising? The claims are pretty comprehensive. The material says it will help you get rid of the floaters and flashing lights you already have, it'll help prevent new ones from showing up, and it'll even help you figure out if your floaters are a symptom of something else. And the biggest selling point is that you can supposedly do all of this safely, naturally, and right from your own home. Of course, if you're going to make big promises, you need some proof. So the next thing they do is roll out the social proof, customer testimonials that are meant to show that this system really works for other people too.
First up, we've got George from Canada. His story is all about shock and excitement. He's saying his floaters are totally gone, and his vision feels like it's been restored. The focus here is on a complete, almost unbelievable success.
All right, this next one from Barbara in New York is all about speed. She says her father saw his floaters clearing up in just 5 days. Speed is a powerful selling point, and this testimonial really hits that note.
Now this next one is interesting because it brings in a doctor. Angela from Colorado says she's completely free of her floaters, but then adds that she got her doctor to confirm it, even though the doctor was apparently skeptical of her methods.
And finally, Sean's story here really brings the whole narrative full circle. He says he already had one painful surgery and that this system saved him from needing another one. This directly ties back to that initial argument against conventional treatments.
Okay, so after the personal story and all those testimonials, the material gets down to business, the sales pitch. This is where it lays out the price and exactly what you get for your money. The author asks the question directly, but not before contrasting the price, which they haven't revealed yet, with the thousands of dollars they claim surgery costs. It's all about building a sense of value before the big reveal.
And there it is, the number. This system as is presented here is priced at $37.
So what's in the package for that price? Well, the offer includes the main system, plus they throw in 2 free bonus ebooks, Vision Without Glasses and Stress No More. And to take away any hesitation, it's all presented with a 100% money-back guarantee. And that's our look at the iFloaters No More system. Based on its promotional material, it's a classic persuasive story, right? It takes you from a personal health crisis to a supposed natural discovery, backs it up with success stories, and wraps it all up with a clear, guaranteed offer. If you're curious and want to check out the source for yourself to learn how they claim you can get rid of iFloaters naturally, we've gone ahead and put the link for you right in the description below. Thanks for joining us.